person we see on the street. We are protecting one another because we must enjoy the good of this land. The good of Nigeria belongs to all of us. And that's why we are protesting August 1st. Don't let anybody stay at home. If you're staying at home and you're not coming out to protest, you are a traitor. If you are not coming out to protest from August 1st, you are a traitor. If you're collecting money from government agencies to come and cause chaos at the protest ground, you are a traitor. And the gods of the land will judge you. The gods of the Nigerian land, the blood of many Nigerians have been wasted due to poor governance, bad governance, to the lack of due to maladministration of our resources. Their blood will ask you. They will cry after you, and you will have no peace until you pay with your own life as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much. End bad governance. And to say there are proof out there on the timeline, people being offered 750,000 naira. I saw one. The girl was, I don't know if it's a girl, but the person was like, their fees is 450,000 is their fees to actually post on social media. But look, they are so desperate that in fact they were offered 750,000, to do that posting. So like I agree with you, end bad governance. If you're towing that line, unfortunately, look, you don't have the good interest of the country at heart. And Nigerians should actually think deeply if these people are actually on your side, and then lean on the side of the oppressed and then ask for freedom. I've never seen Khan put two statements out back to back. One was just a few minutes past midnight last night, calling on the youth arm of Christian Association of Nigeria to back down from the protests. And they've put another statement out again, back to back, in less than 24 hours, saying that Christians should back down from this protest and not go down, the way of protest. So that really shows. This will actually expose a lot of things and then open Nigerians' eyes to actually know who is for us and who is against us. And I hope that is one valuable, lesson that we are going to actually take from this upcoming protest. So let's hear from a female this time around. We've been hearing from a lot of males. So let's go to Dr. Royal. Dr. Royal, welcome to the space. So what is your take so far? Dr. Royal, are you there?
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Dr. Royal.
I'm right here. I'm right here. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. Thanks a lot. I've been on the space for a while. I'm hearing all that has been said. One thing I want to one of the reasons why I asked for the mic is to tell everyone that we owe nobody any explanation. We don't owe the government, we don't owe the politicians, we don't even owe, permit me to say, our parents or anybody or the elders, especially the government. We don't owe them to explain whether it's going to be violent or not violent. We already made our points clear. It's a protest. It's not violent. We already made it clear. We don't need to explain further. So if they're not okay with all that we have said, they will be fine. Because when they are busy stealing our money, they do not explain to us. When they're busy going to Malta to get a blending plant, they don't explain to us. When they're busy buying their SUVs, they don't explain to us. When they're busy padding the budget, they don't explain to us. When they're busy carrying the buying properties, imagine somebody buying the fourth property in 2024. They don't explain to us. So we don't need to explain anything to anybody. If we want to go for days of rage, that is the people that want to do that. We are for end bad government. If anybody wants to, today I watched a video of someone in the Niger Delta who's saying the time for them to also express themselves, because somewhere around in the creeks they get fuel for about 2,000 naira per liter, where this crude oil is being oh Lord Jesus, where the crude oil is being collected, mined, being drained from, and destroying the environment. They buy this same fuel that people are even angry. They are buying at 750, 850, whatever. I bought it 850 yesterday. I'm in Nigeria right now. I bought for 850 yesterday. Now I couldn't believe my eyes. People are buying it for 2,000 naira in the creeks where the crude oil is coming from. See, if you don't weep, the other day, if you don't weep for Nigeria, your heart is hardened. The other day, Harry posted a video. Thank you so much, Harry. That video really just broke me. A military man who had one of his legs chopped off, the other one bad, and was crying that after all, they are also human beings. If Nigeria doesn't break you, if your heart is not softened, not broken at this point in time, to come out and speak out, that means you're practically lost. No matter what you are being given right now, the 750Ks and 450Ks and what nonsense millions cannot buy you that future that you want. What happened to your relatives, your friends, your neighbors, your children? I always said in space, I told my mom when I was little, Mommy, what happened in Nigeria is like this. What were people doing? I told my mom when I was little, I said, Mommy, what happened? You guys did fight for us. What happened? Now my kids are asking me. I have a 17-year-old son who's already in the university. He's asking me, well, Mommy, what happened in Nigeria is like this? And I'm like, my darling, I don't know what to say. So it's time for us to fight, every one of us. I lost an aunt on the streets of Nigeria when police shot her. On the roads, a young lady died for nothing because of police brutality. People die every day. People's futures are lost. Children they've gotten into drugs. Girls now do hookup, not because they want to do hookup, because the society is just terrible. They don't even get education enough. Homes are broken up because they no education to even tell these children that what you're doing is wrong. They wonder, and they tell you what it do for, what it bad for Yahoo. I want a chop. And I look at their eyes and I see sincerity. These kids are actually sincere, telling you that they're hungry, and their friends say they'll do Yahoo, Yahoo go feel work, and they go into the Yahoo not because they want to, because that's all they see. Is your heart not broken for Nigeria, people? And these politicians, they don't care. Somebody is busy blending whatever nonsense in Malta, collects our crude, goes to sell the crude, bring it back to us, pays self-subsidy. And they are embezzling. Somebody is a normal working man on the street. Tomorrow he enters House of Rep, House of Assembly, and he has fleet of cars. He buys houses all abroad. They are mortgaging our future of our children, future of the nation. And while Nigeria is on this speed path of retrogression, other nations are making progress. In a short time, Nigeria looks like a 4th, 15th world country. It's time to wake up wherever you are, what state you are. You're in diaspora, talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends. I mean, if you're in diaspora, talk to your family members and your friends in the country. Talk to them on WhatsApp, talk to them on Facebook, wherever. If you're in Nigeria, talk to your neighbors, talk to everybody around. The other day, I carried the guy in my car coming back, and he was telling me, Tinubu, I told him, get down from my vehicle this minute. I can't stand Tinubu supporters, get out. And like, Madam, I said, get down this minute, and I dropped him off. I can't stand 1 second. If you are insane, carry your sanity somewhere else. It's time for us to take our country back, people. This is not how a nation should be run. It's abnormal. Nigeria is not real. It's abnormal. This is not how a nation should be run. We have gone too much backward in the past 8-9 years. This is just unbelievable. It's time to take back our nation. So no time to explain to them. Are we violent or violent? That's not their business. It's our. We have said we're not going to be violent. If you don't take it, forget about that. That's their bloody business. They'll be fine. We're not explaining any further. So are we leaderless or leadership? That's not anybody's business. We are going to protest. Period. We're not going to explain any further because we are done explaining to them. Yes, we are done. Because they don't explain when they steal our money. They don't explain when they embezzle the money. That's my point today. So I really thank you for giving me a point to speak now. But please, let's carry this matter up. And I saw one news headline that the momentum is coming down. Coming down to where? I mean, the thing they ginger. They are high. You don't know what's wrong with them yet. They will see us on August 4th. And we're all coming out in mass.
Thank
Thank you
you
so
very
much.
much, Dr. Royal. Brilliant submission right there. Yeah, they don't give us any explanation when they loot, and it is our constitutional right to hit the streets on the 1st of August and then demand for good governance by saying end bad governance. So let's move the mic on. So let's go to Freedom. So freedom is priceless.
Yes,
The mic is yours. 3 minutes, please, because there's a
yes,
lot of requests. So
yes.
I'm just trying to clear that backlog.
Thank you very much. I've always been following this place. I've been following you. But I got like two of my friends sent me this piece, and I was actually doing something else, and they said I should come and go and listen to what is going on there. And I actually joined, and that's why I've been listening. Because I've been following you all this while, if it was just a space that I just jumped on, I didn't know about the people, I would have said that you were working for Nigeria government. But because I followed you all this while, I do not believe that you are working for Nigeria government. But there are a few things I want to say. I want to ask you, why are you particular? Why are you calling out the name, the team, the team that other people decided to tag their protests? Separating it as in, why are you separating yourself like I am for where we are for end bad governance, we are not for the day of rage? Why are you like, because for me, that is actually what Nigerian government will want, so that different groups, you will now be having splinter groups that will say, I am for this, I am for this, I am for this, I am not for this. Why is it important for you to state it out? That's my question.
Okay, you want me to spill out why I'm differentiating that out? All right, okay,
Yes, yeah,
I'll
because
do that.
why you have to defend
This
it?
is a public speaker. I know I always speak in rhetorics all the time, but I'll be very point and I'll be very plain and very direct. Go back and then look at all the statements that is coming out from the government, especially the military, DHQ, the army, and then look at Ruben Abati's presentation on Arise News. With me being an intelligence, I know the angle they are coming from. The government needs some kind of justification. Like
Yeah.
it or not, they will try every bit to disrupt the upcoming protest and ensure it does not happen. And I'm telling you from a
Yes.
place of truth. That phrase, I don't want to say it back, I don't want to say it again on this space. That phrase is one of the excuse that they are looking for to be able to actually give cover and justification to what they are going to do. Not saying that it is wrong, because APC in the past, should I call them APC party, have used more strong languages. But unfortunately, when APC was in opposition, APC was dealing with a ruling party that had some kind of conscience that allowed a lot of things to slide. I think people need to start realizing what APC is. APC is not PDP. I get where you're coming from. I don't even really care. If people are saying, look, days of rage, like Nigerians have enough, 1,000,001 reason to be angry. But we have to be strategic at some point in time.
Yeah, bro, I disagree with you, because you know the meaning of precarious what's it called? I'm forgetting the thing. Precarious liability. You are not, all those in law, all those things that you are talking about has no bearing at all. Because if you want to start explaining and even really detailing it, what is the meaning of as in our theme for our this thing is is it not taking back our country? End bad governance. How do you actually end bad governance? There are so many ways to end. If you want to start elaborating and defining it, we should not be the one defining, oh, this group is saying days of rage. Days of rage can be defined in multiple ways. Forget about Ruben Abati. Ruben Abati is 100% for the establishment. Why don't you quote Rufai? Why are you quoting Ruben Abati? Everybody, almost everybody in this thing have been bought. The news media, they are changing this thing. They are changing this thing. For instance, the youths that came yesterday to give their submission, when they gave their submission, they specifically said, we are not organizing. We are not the leaders of this protest. We are just mobilizing. But you know that AIT, when they went to report it and other news media, they said organizers of the protest. So you are a smart guy, I know. If you were not a smart guy, I would have said, okay, you didn't understand. But you are smart enough to understand
Freedom, I don't
what
even
these
want to
people are
go.
using.
See, Ruben, I don't want to go into this conversation. But believe me, if you've been following me, I cannot say some certain things on this timeline, but I can bet with you on my life that I know what I'm saying. I can bet my life on you. I know what I'm saying to you. You can either take it
I agree with
or
you.
you can either leave it.
Yeah,
I stake
it's fine.
everything
I agree
dear to
with you.
me, and I'm telling you, that I know what I'm
I agree.
saying.
I agree with you, but I want to say this last statement. Whether you change the name, whether you use Tinubu, please give us rice. These people, so long as you go to the street, they're going to do what they intend to do. And I want to let you know that this your topic that you are doing is actually demobilizing this protest, so that you should know.
Actually, it is. I came good. If we start trying to divide ourselves, we are in for a long thing, and it just, anyways. Once it gets to my turn, I will talk, because this is just not for me. It's just wrong. It's just when you try to separate. Oh, we are not for this. We are for this. It's just damping people's spirit. We want everybody. Okay, it doesn't
Okay,
matter
sorry.
what you call your protest. APC will tag it any way they want to. Why do we care what the hell APC thinks? Like, why are we doing this? We are one. We are all in this together. Stop trying to separate. Oh, I'm not for this. All protesters should be unified in one voice. Why we try to divide ourselves among protesters? There's already people fighting against us.
Okay, so let me just
Yeah,
come in.
I'm
I
free.
think
You know
we've
what?
discussed
Sorry,
about this.
247.
Go ahead.
Just leave. I've said my piece. Like, you know what? I've said, I will not delete this space. This will be a recorded space. I will not delete it. I normally delete some space, but I will leave this space on so posterity can judge me. I will leave this space on. You will come back to this space. People listen, you will come back to this space and you will listen to this. And thank God, when people watch this space, people will listen to exactly what I said on the 27th of July at 12:14. I am not demoralizing anyone. I am not saying the door is not open. Join or don't join. I'm not separating anyone. I'm saying on from day one, when I've been hosting spaces, looking at information on the timeline, I've always been very consistent that, oh, I'm championing this and bad governance. That is a very, very, very good cause. Very broad. It touches on various issues. It's very hard to find loopholes in that phrase. You have to be strategic. Very, very strategic. And as we're speaking right now, this space, I can tell you, they are listening. They listen and they gather evidence. And that is what they do. If you cannot see that in 2024, and then look at what happened during NSAS, to then learn from that and not make that same mistake a second time, then there's nothing I can do. But I want posterity to judge me that I came on here to say, look, let us have one umbrella as we've always agreed on that umbrella, that we're going out to peacefully protest based on the messaging and bad governance in Nigeria. Everybody has their constitutional rights to protest based on every other banner or logo or every phrase they want to use. But we are saying, if you're happy to come under this umbrella, we accept you to come in. If you want to go under another umbrella, it is fine. It is your God-given or constitutional rights. But you cannot bring that under this umbrella and then give them a justification. Because when I speak, I don't joke with the lives of people. I know what I'm saying. I will leave this space. I will not delete it. So prosperity can judge me that I did put this warning out and they are listening. And I know what I say. And I hold it dear. And I'm saying to you 100% that do not deviate away from the core messaging. It has little or no loopholes to give them justification to do what they like on the day of protest. It is not demoralizing. It is a strategic message. Those that understand would understand. I'll just leave it there.
Greatest,
Let me just leave it there.
greatest.
Yeah, over to you,
Wait,
Jaja.
wait, wait,
Those, please.
wait. Let me
Those, hold
just
on,
say
please.
something.
Thank you. Let me quickly say this, and then I will be unambiguous in my statement. Whether we like it or not, I have often said it, we have never had this unity behind a purpose since 1992. We have come to it now, and it has become so difficult for them to pin down anybody to it. There is a reason why we took review from NSAS, learn from it, and apply it to what we are doing as a people. All of us are conscious of it because we learned from it. Now, let me give you a sausage example. Do you think we all heard about how UBA with impunity froze the TIB's account? Now, if imagine, hypothetically speaking, that TIB were running this protest, it means the protest is crippled. So we learned from the answers and we applied it. So much so far that they have been making mediocre of themselves, calling foreign experts, naming all sorts as the planners for this protest. This is because they have been unable to pin down anybody to the planning of this process. Another point is this. Imagine that this unity that we have mustered together, acknowledge the fact that it is still nascent, very frail. It's just recent, and we are trying to manage it. And some individuals, perhaps for sake of ego that they cannot bring under submission, would always want to go ahead to do to put themselves in the place of leadership. Believe me, this is different. There's a saying popularly by somebody long time ago that we need to look inward for indigenous solution to our indigenous problem. Forget about the fact that Kenya said days of rage. This is Nigeria. We have peculiar problems that are not in any way related to Kenya. So we cannot, this is the problem leaders have been doing. You copy a system verbatim, you apply it without diagnosing it and remodeling it for domestic purpose. So I'm saying it here that I strongly stand where growth stands, and I don't often do it. This is the truth. We must milk this unity without division. And whoever is being careful, look, when you are planning, you don't say because this is this, let's manage it. No. You call out what you should call out when you are planning, so that you don't leave possibility for a cracked wall when you are already in the middle of the battle. That's what I said I should just add to it. Okay? Greatest, who are we moving to?
Sorry. I want to say something. I want to say something. See, ẹ jẹ́ ká fi kinní yìí lẹ̀. Let's leave all these things. Leave these things for the government to think. We've learned. We've all learned from the answers. That's why we learned. We said, okay, look at what Jagun Jagun just said now. If it was TIB that was sponsoring this, has the protest not died? We've learned, right? We've said it all. Let's leave this thing and move on. See, we've learned. That's why we said anybody we caught from the protest ground looting people's property, we will do this to them. We will make sure we catch them. We will make sure. We said it that we will educate them. We said it that we will feed them and beat them and send them to the police. And we said we will make sure that the lawyers will ensure that they go to prison for it, for vandalizing people's property. We said it's because we learn from the answers. Let's leave these people
Anyway,
to
two, two, two,
the running up and
see,
down.
247. See, I
See,
can't even.
united we stand. That they will leave all this motherfucker. Let them think. I'm sorry to use that word, but
Yeah.
let them continue to dance around. Leave the day. See,
247,
days of rage,
247,
revolution, end bad government.
247. Can you hear me? Don't just anyway. Those that get the message, they get the message.
Greatest.
Once APC is trying to join two phrases together, then you know what the game play. Like go and look at the big APC handles and see how they're trying to link. You those that understand will understand. So I'll just leave it there. The door is open.
See, forget all
Guys,
these
please.
people.
The door is
Forget
open.
them.
Two
Let's
four
reunite
seven.
and stay
Two four
But
focused.
let's
seven.
let's let's move the conversation on. Shows, yeah.
Greatest.
Go ahead, shows.
Greatest, please. My apologies, guys. Um, um, I feel like greatest is speaking from the angle of experience, and this is just very key, and we must understand where it's coming from. We must understand where this. It's not like okay, it's about the person. It's about the initiative behind. It's not about the person alone. But another thing we must understand is that the moment someone who is trying to run for a position is now trying to organize something, already the government know what they are reading to it. This person wants to overtake or something. I don't want to call names, but for example, if it is PO now that comes in and say, oh, uh, and all that, and he's organizing, and you guys can see that he's organizing, he's doing this, that's what they will say. Oh, so same thing to, the other oppositions too. And I think in this case, the best thing that opposition can do is to lend their voice, but not plan structures. So that is very key, because this protest doesn't belong to any party, doesn't belong to anybody trying to vie for presidential position or anything. It's for the masses. It's for the people of Nigeria. And they are the ones that they should leave them to plan it any way they want to plan it. Anyone that doesn't want to join, let him sit down. Suffer never do the person. Anyone that wants that doesn't want to join, fine. So for me, I think we should just understand these two perspectives. Coming to say, oh, greatest shouldn't say this. It is just proper for greatest to put a disclaimer out there. It's proper for record purpose. Because tomorrow and of course, when see, we have to know every party that is involved. We have to know everyone who is involved. Of course, everyone knows where the shoe is pinching them. Those in the north, they know where. Those in the south, I know where the shoe is pinching me, and I know my reasons for wanting a better government. All right, and the reason can align with yours. It doesn't matter. But as far as it is not to cause violence, it is just to lend my voice. Fine. So please, let's try as much as possible to understand. The moment an opposition party is trying to, structure, not even lend voice alone, trying to structure how protests will go, bringing in initiatives into it, throwing words into it. Trust me, like, it is normal for the government to start putting measures in place, because they would look at it like as if it's a coup that is coming on or something, which is not what we want. It is clear. All right. We are not saying, oh, president, leave the office. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is we won't put an end to bad governance. That means he is there. Let him do the right thing. And already they are doing the right thing. To an extent, at least we see 1, 2, 3 things. But at the same time, please, let's not be ignorant that some of these claims that they are throwing out there, ma- I believe that is still the strategy of the opposition. They are trying to throw a lot of things out there to cause division, and that is why, in another way, I'm tilting to 247's. Let's leave them. But putting out a disclaimer is a good one. All right. It doesn't mean that we are all not in this together, but it's just for record purpose, so that they will know that okay, we are not for violence, we are not for any this thing. So I think it's just the proper thing to do. People coming up to say I disagree with this, I don't think it's necessary. I don't think so. Because safety is key. We are not praying to protest that people will now have to start losing their lives or something. No, that's not what we're praying for. So please, let's just understand the entirety of this. If you don't understand the entirety, please do your findings and understand every angle. Some of you do not even know. You don't know the planner of Days of Reed. You don't know him well. You don't know some of his history. Go and make your research before you come and say, oh, we shouldn't be saying this. So please, it's just this thing. Nobody's against that aspect. We are just saying that in case, we are not for violence or anything. All right. So this is not our own initiative. We don't know the initiative behind it. All right. Let the person that is championing that narrative, let him explain that area. Let him put it out on his timeline so that people will know that, okay, if it is peaceful or not peaceful. Now it's people's choice to now add it to their own. But dipping it into people's throat, I don't think is the right thing to do. For me, that's just my own submission for now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Show. So let's move the mic quickly. So let's go to Nimba. So Nimba, the mic is yours. Animba, are you there? Animba 1, Animba 2, Animba
Yes,
3.
yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes,
So
I
3
am.
minutes so can bring all our new speakers up.
All right, all right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. God bless Nigeria. It's most times when you want to talk about our country, you get a bit emotional, because of probably where we're coming from. Because when you look at other parts of the world, where things are literally working, and then you continue to wonder what exactly it's a problem. I'm in my 40s and in my late 40s, and a lot of us had hope in our 20s and 30s that things were going to get better. A lot of us had hope and then never believed that, the solution to solving our problems or our challenge it's outside, the country. And so we had faith, that with the level of capacities we have, the level of competencies and knowledge that we have, we'll be able to, to make our country, work. And then of course give give our expertise, to ensure that the country works. Unfortunately for us, these old people, they've always got game on us. And that's the reason why we're still where we are. And there's a couple of us are regretting if we'd known, and because when you look at your counterparts, your colleagues who left at the time they left, and then you try to measure, how the distance you both covered, either in terms of economic achievements or career achievements, you see that the gap it's huge. And then you're asking yourself, so what's the solution? So what's the solution? So what's the solution? And these guys, they literally have game on us. Fixing the country is not a rocket science. Whether we can make this happen, it's a million times yes, it's possible. And it's not a rocket science. And how do we make this thing happen? You can't continue to be too careful, all right? And then you expect some change to happen. Even the Bible says it. You want to take a leap and then you want to watch. You're watching carefully. No faith to it. So what is going on? It's there's a need to make a statement. There's actually a very big need to make a statement. Whether we have the balls to make that statement is left for both my generation, the generation before us, and then probably the generation after those who are before us. The truth is, if you run away from your wahala, if you run away from your troubles, if you run away from your problems, expect to meet it tomorrow and next tomorrow and next tomorrow, and which is exactly what has happened to our nation. All right. You can make excuses for the 60s, for the people, for those in their 60s. You can make excuses for people in their 70s. And the reason you will make excuses for them is that they actually didn't have any reason, all right, to protest as it were at the time, because education was good. You could turn on your tap and then you see water running. You could go to train stations and life was literally beautiful. There were no insecurity as it were. All right, but now, and why is it happening? And the crazy thing is that if you get in there, you see what these guys are doing. These guys are horrible. These guys are horrible. They don't care about our country. All their kids, you can't find anyone here. So is either we'll do the deal and get this country working, make a statement, and change the course of things in this country. Because it's a million times possible that this country can work. Do we have men and women who can make this country work? Yes, we do have men and women with conscience who can be shamed a bit that no, I don't think I want to do this for the good of my people, for the good of the country. And whether, see, they will always put divisions to break you guys, to break everybody. Divide and rule. That's what they do. It's a strategy. It's a strategy. And it's one of the strategies that we used over time. Either your ethnic, your Yoruba, or your Igbo, your Muslim, your Christian, your Hindus, your nonsense. That's what they use. We don't shop at different retail markets. We don't shop in different open markets. We don't. It's same. We're buying fuel the same. It's 780, 750, 760, 820 in some places. It's same. So please let us not let nobody divide us. Nigeria is one. We're one and same. If you look at history, probably we're all from same parents. So anybody who comes to divide us, please, nobody should give attention to those people. And see, look, there's no tomorrow. If you fight and run away, you will live to fight another day. That's my parting word. Thank you. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Animba. Great submission there. So yeah, let's quickly move the mic on. So let's go to Boss Nation. Boss Nation, the mic is yours. After Boss Nation, go to Mr. Val. All right, Boss Nation, unmute and speak, please.
Thank you very much for picking me up.
Boss Nation, we're really struggling to hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Your mic is muffling a little bit, and you need to speak up a little bit louder.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Manageable, yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, you know what? You can bring someone else up. When I get to.
Okay, all right. We're gonna move the mic on then. Okay, let's go to Mr. Val.
Finally. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I hope you're hearing me.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, I want to say good morning to everybody on this space. I'm saying good morning not just because this is afternoon, but I'm saying good morning because we all have wake up. The Nigerian youth that was presumed to be lazy because of how silent we are, how divided we are all awoke. We have woken up now to the reality, and that is beautiful. That is one. The reason why you see these politicians that are crying up and down is because they have lost one thing. What is that? That the youth have united. The answers show a very bad signal to them, and they are just afraid. Now we have woken up. Another thing that they want to do now is to bring us back to where we come from, which is dividing us. Even as we are awake, that one thing is for you to be awake. The next thing is for you to be active. So they want to divide us. And now what God is saying, some people will disagree, but at the time I was angry. At the time I was angry, but with time I just got to reason. This bunch, we want to form a bunch of broom that can never be broken. If we're a single stick of brooms, we can easily be broken. Now, I want to just give some scenario. I hope you get it right. During the election, there are some coalition of different support group, which I am among one of the coalitions. So after the election, we believe. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but although there's a bit of
So
interference.
after the
Somebody's
election, you can
mic is
believe me.
on. Oh, sorry.
Yes, it's distracting. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Oluwaseun,
So
please mute your mic or I have to drop you. Yeah, sorry about that.
after the election,
Go on.
after the election, you see that a lot of obedience, or will I say, people that support the different coalition group, some of them have moved on. But I want to tell you that some Nigeria up to now, they have not moved on from what happened in that election, like people like me. And that is why you see some people who are under some coalitions came and formed an umbrella. Like me, in fact, I would say I have a family, a Twitter space family, and that family is violent space. And this violent space have not given up since that day of election till now. We are there talking about how Nigeria will move forward, good governance. We are, in fact, we are just like the opposition. Violence topic always make headline at the Arise news every morning because of what we deliberate there. So this thing is just like there are different people coming out for this protest with different reasons. The way the northern people like Sokoto will come out is it will be different from the way Imo State will come out. Whether you believe it or not, this protest is going to be as a nationwide something, just like 1 million march that was happening during the election. Different states were happening their own. Abuja might decide to stop protests now. You see that Kano are still protesting. So you cannot come and tell them in their states that they should come back, that end bad governance have stopped protesting. They have accepted that they are no longer protesting. A Kano state will say that is for you because they have a personal problem in their state that is disturbing them. And Imo State or Anambra might continue protesting even when other states have stopped. It depends. So this is a nationwide something. But what will bring us together? Where can we sit down and plan for the next day is what GOAT is talking about. Let us come under this umbrella. Some people who have their coalition group based on the topics they want. But in this platform, we'll find ourselves as in well-meaning Nigerians. We say, okay, let us go with this phrase, end bad governance. If you are in this, that doesn't mean that other people are in it. But we are we are following different riots to get one purpose. So if you are in this, know that you are in this. And through this platform, we can be able to know our member. For instance, when I'm reporting that, okay, during the protest, so one of us was held, as in was arrested, and he's innocent. I gave the proof. It is from this group now, End Bad Government, they will ask me, is it a member? I was okay, yes, he's part of us. He have spoken in a space, one or two. They can send legal teams that can defend that person because they say, go to plenty people they train, hunger they kill them. Everybody go out of protest. One person might be nabbed and nobody will know where he belongs. So we are not deviating from this thing. So let me go back as in straight to my submission, having as in laid this foundation. Now, some people are saying that the government need to be informed, our name or what. Who informed them about this protest? If you know there is no formal letter that told the government that there will be a protest or ab initio, nobody informed them. It was spaces like this. The anger was raging and they started saying the signal. The same way nobody will need, they are looking for who to hold so that the thing will die, and unfortunately they don't have anybody because this protest is hunger driven. A lot of the irregularities they have done that is backfiring now because the outcome of the election, every Nigerian know that is a slap on their face. It's anger, and now we have given it a chance to govern us and they have seen that they are failures, the thing we are trying to prevent, and they are showing us between our face with what they have done, embezzling money, buying yashis and everything. They are not patient enough to do those ones. They started from day one embezzling money and go back to their sharing formula. And now that we are saying, no, this is not, we did not protest after the INEC called the election in the midnight because we say, okay, let us leave it for God. Anybody that see there, God put it to them according to some so-called, sorry to say, useless religious leader. I'm a Christian. Some useless religious leader have brainwashed people to believe that anything that happened is God's will. Okay, we have accepted it as God's will. Now the God's will is not working for the common good of the poor person in Nigeria. So we are standing to say no. If you people came in an irregular way, you cannot continue in irregularity. We are coming out to say no to this, and you will not tell us how to go about it, but we will go about it in every other way apart from violence. And I said to somebody that the only people that will go violence with on that day is a fellow Nigeria that will be like those people that are giving money now to counter the protest. Those people that are giving money now to say rubbish. I'll round up. On that day, if somebody that is holding flag going against what the citizens are going against, that person will be a problem to the protest. Then we have to give the person the place. So finally, please, I would like us to get, as we are talking about, the GOAT is talking about having a particular slogan we are going with. Now, I want to say this. What is our demand in this particular platform now? Let us start selling that demands. Those demands, articulate it, and if they can print it just like the logo was printed, and we'll start pushing it, that demand will get to them. Like, look at, they have 70 demands, they have 5 demands, and we should be pushing it to our platform so that they have seen it. No need of writing it to go to their office. They have seen it on the space. We will push pushing it. We'll be pushing it in all our posts. I think that will help us very well to pass the message we want to pass. Thank you very much, and I will yield for now.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Val. Yeah, that's why I don't want to bring any politician in. There's no political party, there's no region, there's no religion. We're tribeless, we are united, and then we're fearless because we're going out there to exercise our constitutional God-given rights. So before I go over to Idiakosa, let me just buttress my point. So Bayonanuga has been putting up a couple of posts just to give you a clear narrative on why I'm saying no politician should be involved in this conversation. This is a peaceful protest put together by well-meaning Nigerians trying to exercise their God-given rights. So just listen to their narrative, and they'll always want to have a narrative to justify their actions moving forward. Listen.
I can also tell you their game plan because we have seen all of these things through credible intelligence is to create chaos and precipitate a coup and take Nigeria back to the halcyon days. In this day and age, would any reasonable Nigerian, any patriotic Nigerian, however much you hate the current administration, will support a violent change of regime? That is the objective of the people planning this thing. It's not a protest. Those who are stragglers and those who are largely uninformed or uninitiated to the fundamental objectives of the planners are the ones shouting on social media, hey, this day, that day, oh, yeah, no, yes, we want this, we want that. No, they are being used indirectly, some without their knowing, some with their knowledge or connivance. But the objective is a regime change by force. Please, you'll agree with me that no responsible, responsive government anywhere in the world will sit back and allow chaos to take place in his area of jurisdiction. It's not possible. It's not. Why? I did tell you that we are veterans in protest, so we can never muzzle protest. Just a few weeks ago, the NLC protested. We didn't muzzle anybody. They went out on the street, and that's not the first time. They were not muzzled. So
Yeah, I'll just leave it there. If you can pick words from his submission, you know what I'm saying. They're already building a narrative. What scares them the most is not Day of Rage. It doesn't scare them. That doesn't scare them. You're dealing with a country. It is that end bad governance is what scares them. That is what scares them. And there are no loopholes to be exploited. I believe some Nigerians are getting the message, and I believe they are listening. And I can tell you that is what scares them. So you can read into that narrative, and this is what we're saying. From day one, this has been the message. From my platform, I would say, end bad governance, that is the aim. If you're happy to come under that umbrella, fine, it's good. The door is open to every Nigerian out there. Come under that umbrella, and we're going out there to peacefully protest. Just like you said, just like the NLC, peacefully go out there and protest. Nobody's going to tie it back and say you're going to replicate what happened in Kenya. Nah, 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 nah. It is end bad governance. It's under that umbrella that I'm saying to Nigerians, go out there and exercise your God-given rights. So I'll leave that there, and let's go to Prince Zanga. So, Prince, the mic is yours.
Greatest, please. Greatest, can I say something? Can I
Uh,
say something?
mhm.
It's me, so it's 247. It's me. Greatest.
Yeah,
See, this person you just played is that Dele Alake, right?
That's
The
the
person
thing.
just
Just go
played
and
a
buy on
video right
just
now.
go on buy on Anuga's
See,
timeline now.
buy another guy.
Start scrubbing
See,
it. You'll be then
see, greatest, greatest, greatest. All these things are political talks, is political words. It is like that across anywhere all over the world. It is like that. It has been like that even when PDP. I remember occupied Nigeria. So I know what PDP did. They went to all radio station, everything. Do you get it? Yeah. We know all these things. Even that entire period, we know what all these guys did. They are very, very good at that. We know what they did, right? It is like that. They will always bring words, things to, bring, they'll spark up words so that we people that are conscious, we can be able to have a rethink. Do you understand? They just want us to have a rethink that, okay, it's not what to fight for. That is all what they are doing. They are just bringing things so that we, the people that are conscious, we can have a rethink to say that it's not what to fight for. Ah, leave all these things, greatest. Leave all these people. We right now, we have the message outside there already. Okay, I want to give you an example because you are saying that nobody is saying we. Are you not agreeing? Have we not agreed that we are peaceful? Is agreed that we are peaceful and will be peaceful till the end of the protest, right? But the government themselves have they been peaceful? History has shown. Is our history has shown. Our history has shown that no government in Nigeria has ever been peaceful with their citizens. So we said, please, government, we have our message is there. They know our message, but they are just shying away from this thing and they are making us to have a rethink. They know our message that please do not drop any one of us because nobody deserves to die to ask for the betterment of Nigerians' life. Nobody deserves to die. That's what we said. But we are not saying but. We have a but. If you drop any one of our peaceful protesters, this is our demand. Is that too difficult for us? So all these people they know because they know that definitely they will definitely want to be picking people or injure people or do these different things to people. That's why they are using different type of political words. It is all these things is normal. It is the same thing they've been doing since 1960. They will still do it and they will do it in future. And I heard some people saying that they don't really like protest. Even when you get the best country you have, you will still protest because there will still be an issue that will come up that you will not like and you will stand up to protest against it. So protest should be a natural thing for every Nigerian or everybody in the world. There are countries that they are getting free education, they are getting free healthcare, they are getting everything for free. But the people still go ahead to protest, maybe because of one new policy or another. So we should not say that protest or anything tag anything it is. Everybody is coming under. Forget that's why I say forget all those political words. Everybody is coming under, even his day of rage, his revolution now is because I see some people too hunger day group, this one, different type of group, but everybody's coming under that umbrella of bad governance. Everything under, if you look at every word they've been tagging their own, different group is tagging their own, it's still falling under and bad governance. It still fall under it. So what I'm just trying to say is that leave all these people for them to speak, for them to say they know we have our message, they've seen our message, and we, the people that are going out, will stand by that message. We'll stand by it and we'll fight for that message. We need everybody to come on ground to speak, to talk against the insurgency happening in Nigeria, the hunger happening in it. We need everybody in it. We are not segregated, but we don't have one single leader. It is there. It is clear. If you know how to speak, if they call you for an interview, please go. It is we've agreed on it. As long as you are not going there to say you are the leader, and you can never be the leader, even though you are compromised, you are not the leader. So it is there. We should stop saying all these things, please. I beg us. We should stop saying it. It is time for us to be unite. It's not for all these things we are saying. Nobody is a leader of anything. Everybody is aware of it. Forget it is a political talk. It is there across. It is. it is in Dubai, it is in US,
Yeah,
it is
okay,
in Switzerland, it is in
two four
everywhere.
seven.
Please,
Move the
thank you.
mic on. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, good message there. So I think Prince Zanga, you were speaking, right?
I thought you
Oh,
called me goat.
as Prince Zanga made the submission. Yeah, okay, sorry about that. So Yakusa.
I've not done
No,
that.
goat.
I've
Oh,
not done
Goat.
that.
I thought you called me. I left
yeah, I
my
thought
network was.
I thought Prince Zanga.
I was
Okay, let
to
Prince
go
Zanga go
before
and you go
the.
next, Yakusa. I thought he's made the submission. All right, Prince Zanga, 3 minutes.
Okay. Greatest. I greet you and everyone on the space. My well done. I don't think I will use up to 3 minutes. But the only thing I came here to say is it on Wednesday, some of these folks came to my business place. I was not around. They repeated that again on Thursday. I wasn't there. What they now did was to collect the contacts of the people who are working with me. And when they left, they start calling them and threatening them. Yesterday, they didn't show up as a result of the threat they got.